Hi, first I wanted to say thank you all for being here tonight. Christina, Bill, thank you. It's been an amazing, we've been learning for a long time, but trying to put it together into a physical place for people to see it has been an amazing, a challenge, but also we've learned so much just in trying to put it together and figure out what we had, what we knew. And so now the next challenge is for all of you to see what we have here, begin to really take it in and understand what can be done next. We're hoping to create a community action group tonight. We need 50 signatures about creating a group that has a diverse cross-section of the community so we can ask the questions and get those questions answered. And we can do it here. We can have the resources we have here. And I think we can really change the perspective of what that agenda might be. Instead of denial or disputing some of these facts, they're all here so we can move forward and go to fixing things. So, Bill, please, okay. I don't want to just keep talking. So.
I would like to thank two people. First is Christina Walsh, and then my family, because I'm away from my family working on this so often. And once you know about something like this, you can't turn away from it. And our whole goal is to get the community more involved and aware of what's going on and what they could do to help the cleanup, because if they write the legislators, they write the government officials, they can write Boeing, NASA, DOE, and help them know that we can clean this up to the highest standards and make this a safer place for everyone.
So with that,
and I'd like to introduce Laura Plotkin from Senator Sheila Kuehl's office and Louise Rishoff from Julie Brownlee's office. Co-authored by Kuehl and Brownlee with Senate Bill 990. It was passed into law at the beginning of this year, and it calls for the strictest cleanup of the Santa Susana Field Lab and the surrounding offsite areas, and it'll be donated for open space by 2017.
Please, God.
Yeah.
I just want to say a couple of things. First of all, I think it's just an amazing job that the two of you have done to make this space here, because it's sort of symbolic of what's been going on all those years and all those meetings, and more recently in cyberspace, since we've all gotten email. And I think that the connections that you've made among all the people who've been concerned about this, Marie and Holly here for 30 years, and Sue and Liz and Chris and Bonnie and all of the newer people. Dave is here someplace too. You've kind of brought all of the generations of people together that have been passionately working on this issue, and it's a wonderful feeling to see that you understand the need for the community to continue to carry on this battle until it's finished, because it's in sight now, which is quite amazing to all of us. Also, I wanted to say it's really nice to see a representative from NASA here, from up on the hill, and also from BTSC.
The Department of Energy
was here today.
Oh, I missed them. But I think that it really says something about the cooperation that we're getting from people to see this site cleaned up, and I have to say that it's really wonderful for us to know that our agencies are looking to participate in this process now, and we don't have to be antagonists, we can be partners in the cleanup. So I just want to say it's really cool that you're here. So here's a little token of our appreciation. It's a Senate certificate presented to the Aerospace Cancer Museum of Education and cleanuprocketdiamond.org in honor of your outstanding work to provide a meeting place for people to discuss and educate themselves regarding the cleanup of the Santa Susana Field Laboratory. Your ongoing efforts to involve the community in this process help to inspire SB 990 and continue to provide a role model for public service in the 23rd State Senate. Wow.
And I just want to echo what Laura said, and really to express the gratitude of Assembly Member Brownlee. She's relatively new to the party, but you guys have been at this for so many years and worked so hard. And And to have a place now, I think, really coalesces the effort, and that we're in a new phase and moving forward. And sometimes it just takes a long time of just keeping on until the process catches up, and we finally did with 990, thanks to Senator Kuehl. I think that was your fourth bill to get this site cleaned up, but she never gave up, and you never gave up. And so I'm pleased to bring a certificate from the California State Assembly presented to celebrate the opening of this wonderful new museum that will house the history of the aerospace activities that took place at the Rocketdyne San Suzanne Field Laboratory in the latter half of the 20th century. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of founders Christina Walsh and Bill Bowen, there is now a place to collect data, to preserve the historic record, to serve as a center for educating the public, and for scholarly research on the true impacts of the nation's race to space. This museum is a testament to an involved community that fought for the passage of Senate Bill 990, which will ensure cleanup of this highly contaminated site at the highest level to protect public health and safety. Warmest congratulations. Yay!
You know, NASA was really such a big part of how we were able to look at the site up close. We were invited to, we showed them some pictures to start with and said, look what we found and look what we think. And we had an astonishing response from them. They said, well, how about if we take you up there and you show us firsthand and you ask us the questions and we answer them?
Come here, Mary.
And we thought, oh, okay,
I think
that could work.
That
could work. And we've taken thousands of pictures because, I mean, literally, we spent days on the site with our cameras, asking all sorts of questions, a lot of which we've gotten answers to. We're still working it along. It's a lot. We have a lot of questions, though, so to be fair. But we've been really able to look at the site up close and understand it differently. It's right up there. If you stand on this patio, you can see Happy Valley from standing there. So you can see it's right there. It's 1,000 feet above us.
And there's maps on the wall where you can see our location and the location of the site, and it affects everyone. 2006, UCLA did a study that higher increases of cancer in this area, 5-mile radius. We're 2 miles from the field lab right now.
When I first got involved in this, it was because I saw in my karate studio a flyer that said, come to a meeting about a nuclear meltdown. And I went to this meeting, it was at the Grand Vista Hotel, and I saw the DOE, no offense, and the EPA, who is not here right now, the US EPA, sitting next to each other, wouldn't look at each other and wouldn't answer the questions being asked. The next person at the mic was Liz. I was in the doorway walking out. I thought it was stupid. I didn't know what it was about. I knew nothing about the site, even though I'd lived here for decades. And she said, I don't have any questions for any of you on the panel. But I thought some of you new people in the audience might want to know about a nuclear meltdown that happened right above our heads. And I thought, what? I knew nothing of this. And everyone tried to make her sit down. They wouldn't let her talk. It was actually Dan Hirsch who was really the reason we're all here, because he's the reason that they know that there was a nuclear meltdown that happened here. It was he and his students at UCLA that discovered these facts that had been covered up. So he said, let her speak, and she stood there, and Liz talked about the 30,000 rocket tests. She talked about her windows rattling at the top of Ingomar, and she talked about nuclear meltdowns, and I thought I was insane. I thought I couldn't understand what I was hearing, because I had known nothing about this. I literally got in my car, and I sat there and I cried in my car, because I couldn't even drive, because I couldn't understand how I could have been under a rock for so long, right here. I didn't even ride my horse up there. I knew nothing about it. So I just wanted to mention, because Liz, since then, she taught me so much about how to even read a report. You know, these water quality reports. They were so mysterious, they made no sense. RocketdyneWatch.org, which is something that Liz founded, has been a repository of facts, of documents, that is beyond, you know, we hope to someday put all of this together.
70 million kids from across the world. We have 87 different countries hitting our site on a daily basis, because the world has no repository like information like this. Every regulator says we have never seen anything like this community across the country.
Yay!
87 other countries have never seen anything like what's happening here.
We need to keep talking and open our eyes and figure it out. So I just wanted to really give credit where credit is due.